Hi, I would recommend that you take a shot every time I use the word sensitive, but I don't want to be culpable for your alcohol poisoning.
Hello, hello, hello! I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm sipping on my coffee like it's my lifeline. Very professional YouTuber up in here. Anyway, I tried to do the look that I'm trying to film twice already. The first time I wasn't filming and I was like, fuck, I need to redo this. And then I did it again and I did film, but I failed it miserably. Like, it looked like shit. So now I'm trying third time to do it, and third time's the charm. If it doesn't work out now, I'm gonna fuck right off and stop trying to do this shit. My battery is running the fuck out, so I have to hurry up with doing this. Okay, so how do you do a cut crease when you have terribly sensitive and dry eyes? You, first up, don't even bother doing the base with eyeshadow. You can do the base with an eye pencil, an eyebrow pencil, a lip liner, maybe even a liquid lipstick or normal lipstick if you can take it on the tip of a sharp brush. Yeah, you lay it like this. And you can put on the base for a cut crease, but it's a lot better than trying to begin with eyeshadow, because if you already have dry eyes, you risk getting more eyeshadow into your eyes, and then you irritate them, and then you're gonna wanna cry. And same, honestly, I always use this or lipstick for the base. Or if I'm feeling very, very gothic, which is almost every day, I just go for straight black, you know, just a regular eye pencil, focus, and anyway, you get the idea. It's just an eye pencil. You can use that if you're gonna use black instead of doing like a straight line, you know. Instead of doing that, you're gonna wanna dot on the shape of the crease, because otherwise it's gonna be extremely hard to blend this one. It's really gonna be hard if you do it like this and apply very little pressure. First of all, you're gonna have more room to fix mistakes in the shape, and second of all, it's gonna be a lot easier to blend.
But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. Yes, with Daddy and Mommy standing by.
And the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cut is high. Oh, your daddy's rich, and your mom looking.
Why don't you say, oh,
So hush, little baby,
oh yeah.
baby, don't you cry.
Oh, don't you cry. Don't you cry.
Okay, now, done the cut crease. I mean, the base of the cut crease. What do you do next? You correct it. I use a combination of facial wipes to just get the sharp shape right, And to cut the crease, since I have extremely sensitive eyes, I don't use concealer because that would make my eyes just water up like a fountain. I use liquid makeup remover, dip a little brush in it, and just go to town, cut the shape. And a few tips surrounding this one. First off, you dip the brush and then you, because otherwise you risk, instead of wiping away the pigment that's excessive, you risk dragging it around and then you're gonna ruin the shape. You're gonna get smudges on your face. So the brush has to be damp instead of wet. Damp. You keep doing this. Another tip would be between each swipe on the lid, you wipe it on your lid. So you go like, oh shit, this is still extremely wet. Oh well. You know, that's what I wiped off. I got a little bit in my eye because I'm a mess, I'm a slob. Don't do that, it's gonna sting a little bit, but it's okay, we're warriors. Anyway, you go for the second try. And the third, because this is gonna take more than one intervention. You're gonna have to change it up a little bit as you go along. You're gonna have to fix it, but it's okay. It's still a lot easier than getting concealer caked onto your lids when you know for a fact that your skin and your eyeballs are much too sensitive for that. Yeah, that's almost a good shape. Almost something that I would call complete. That's how I like my creases to be cut. I'm gonna do it on the other crease. So this is how much I wiped off from cutting this one. Yeah, no more is coming out. I'm gonna wet the brush again, repeat. Yeah. It's better to do it in the bottle because one, you don't spill water on things around you, which is always a good thing. Almost always. I mean, there's toys that grow when you put them in water, so it's a good thing to spill water on them, but most things are better off without water. Yeah, so you go like this in the bottle, one, to not spill on your things in your room, and two, because you want to save as much of that remover as you can, you know? You gotta think practically, pragmatically. Yeah. And then one thing you should keep in mind, besides the other many things you should keep in mind, because my ideas are in order, as you can tell, I know what I'm talking about. Whether you cut the crease like this or you use concealer, the traditional way, the way that most people do it, the way to make the shape correct, in a sense, like show up, you have to basically just lightly push it into your eye. Like, you can feel where the top of your eye ends. You gotta push a bit on that direction, and the brush will naturally follow the shape of the eye and make that perfect cut crease that will show up on your specific eye shape. Because if you follow step by step somebody else's tutorial, including the shape of their crease, it's probably not gonna look as good, because you most likely have different eye shapes, and you have to adapt your techniques to your features. Otherwise, you're just gonna fight against them instead of enriching them, you know? And yeah, it may look a bit messy around this area, but I actually like when it's a good distance apart from my lower lash line. because lower lash line. Pronunciation 101. Because I like to do big, thick liner, and leaving this much space accommodates that big liner. So yeah, that's basically the crease after being cut. Now, on to the next step, which is what is the next step? I don't know. What I usually do is take this, which is almost white. It's an off-white, light skin color. It's basically my skin color. Yeah. I take that, put it here in the inner corner as a base for glitter, because I fucking love glitter, and you kind of need a lighter base to show it off, because glitter is usually not as pigmented as matte shadows. I don't know why. I'm not a professional. Don't ask me this kind of shit. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, two things. My camera is fucking shit, I'm filming on my phone. I'm sorry you can't see the glitter, but it's gorgeous in real life. The other thing, yes, I am using a sponge to apply the glitter. And that's arguably the best way to put glitter on, because instead of just... I'm a painter, I'm gonna get a little bit technical up in here. When you have a thick, dense brush like this, you know, it's a lot of hairs, natural hairs, they're gonna deposit pigment, be it liquid pigment such as paints or solid pigment like glitters or eyeshadows. They're gonna deposit. That's why when you clean one of these brushes, you can feel like you're swiping and swiping and swiping and swiping for a million years, and it's never actually clean because it's hidden in here somewhere. So when you try to apply glitter with this side of the brush, the soft, dense side, you're gonna have a lot of glitter that just gets stuck between the hairs and doesn't actually transfer on the lid. If you're using the sponge can't actually deposit glitter. It just picks it up, boop, 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 it's on, you know? It's so simple, it gives you the best glitter payoff, and it's a tip that I learned from one of my favorite YouTubers, Simply Nailogical. Check her out, she's a babe. She does this with glitter nail polish, because the sponge absorbs the gel in the nail polish and leaves more glitter behind, so she can just dab, dab, dab and have more glitter. So that's basically what I'm doing, except there's no liquid in this. It's just dry glitter that needs to be efficiently transferred onto my skin. That's it. Back to your cringe. Okay, so you may notice that I switched to the forbidden side of the brush to apply this glitter. It's kind of a coppery rose gold shade. It shows up real nicely in low light, low warm light, maybe with a flash coming from one side. The reason that I'm applying this with this side of the brush is because this is extremely fine glitter. The first one that I showed you was thick. this bitch is thick as fuck. Like, you can see the individual particles in the pigment with the naked eye. This one, yeah, this one, and this one also. This is a lighter version of this one. This one is extremely fine, so it more of it sticks to the outside of the brush instead of dipping between the hairs, so it's easier to transfer with the hairy side.
You better stop!
You're a hairy side, Harry. You're a wizard side, Harry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Proceeding.
Infirmary. Saw my baby there. She was stretched out on a long white table. So cold, so sweet, so fair. Let her go, God bless her.
So the shadow portion is done, at least I think so. I'm a perfectionist, so I may find issues with my work. Somebody screaming in traffic outside. I had to hear what was going on. Anyway, on to liner. I'm extremely unaware of my favorite style of liner. Like, I just know I love to do it every day, almost, for the past 5 years. I love doing it. I don't have a preferred style. I just have a technique that I use, and whatever shape comes out of it, I just use that to create the rest of the liner. So yeah, here it goes. I used to be able to do it in one swipe, you know, like those girls that do their liner in one stroke and then it's done. I used to be one of them.
I used to be an adventurer like you, and I took an arrow in the knee.
As my hands are always shaky, I'm gonna lose my passion as a painter and makeup artist. I'm a makeup hobbyist, not a makeup artist. But anyway, I'm worried that I'm gonna lose the ability to use my hands freely without shaking. Especially since I'm young, I realize that it's depressing to get something like this at any age and at any stage in your life. But I'm just 20. I haven't even started my life and I don't want to lose my hand, because I use this bitch to create shit. You see that? You see that? I create shit. I can't live without that. Yeah, anyway. That's one eye done. I think I like it. The light is absolute garbage. I can't really show what it looks like properly. Anyway, the liner done on one eye. Oh, except for one small detail. Again, coming back to sensitive eyes. Tip number 1. Use actually waterproof liner. Like, actually, it can say on the label that it's waterproof, but until you've tested it and it doesn't come off unless you use rocket fuel, it's not waterproof. This bitch, I can scrub and scrub and scrub and scrub. It doesn't come off unless I'm using liquid makeup remover. If I'm not using that, if I'm using wipes or just straight water, or I've heard people say they use lotion to take makeup off, no, it doesn't come off. This bitch is super fucking resistant. I went to the seaside when I started using this, you know? And I dipped into the water wearing this. And you know, salt water is a lot more harsh on makeup. It takes it off a lot easier than normal water. No, this bitch stayed on. And it helps with sensitive eyes, and it's actually called sensitive eyes liquid liner. It helps because you don't need to retouch your makeup, or a lot of eyeliners actually irritate my eyes, like the skin and the eyeball itself. This one never irritated my eye, except for the first few days that I started using it when I didn't know how to remove it correctly, but that's it. That was my fault, not the product's fault. So that's one tip, wear waterproof makeup. I can't, for the life of me, do the inner line that so many people do when they do their liner. I just can't. I don't know why. I mean, I sometimes just basically touch my eye accidentally. And yeah, I have to take a break from makeup for the rest of the week because it stings so badly. So what I do to elongate the eyes, to accentuate them, to create that illusion that my eye is going down on the inner corner, I just do this. It usually goes faster than this. I just always using the camera as a mirror. Yeah. That's it. You can do it closer, farther, smaller dot, bigger dot, doesn't matter. Yeah, I like that. Sometimes I do another line extending downwards from the lower lash line, but it has to look as if it's connected to the upper line. It gives that illusion that you have gigantic fucking eyes, and it looks gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Goth makeup is supreme. I'm gonna do the liner on the other side, and you're gonna catch me rambling once more after this. A bitch is back, boys and girls. Okay, yeah. So that's the basic makeup. Anyways, a few more things. Because of COVID and the cold weather, you may notice that your mascara is running because you exhale very warm air, like 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. That's your core body temperature, and you exhale almost the exact same temperature into the cold air. So you create steam, or at least it's steam in my brain. Doesn't matter if it's actually called steam or not. It's basically the same process. You flash two things of very different temperatures, and they create a, you know. So you know how glasses can fog up if you're wearing them over the mask, or if you switch temperatures very fast, they fog up. That's exactly what happens to your lashes and mascara right now. If you're wearing a mask, hopefully, and it's winter in your area. So what I've decided to do, because I'm tired of having mascara run into my eyes and look clumpy and weird and gross and bleh, I've decided to start using transparent brow and lash gel, because it can still give you that effect that your lashes are, you know, maintained and styled, without having to worry about black goo running down your face because of the mask. And if you're in my situation regarding the mask plus the mascara, I recommend starting to use castor oil. I have a full bottle that I just pour. I pour a little bit of it in an old tube of this exact same product. And I just, in the night, I wash my face, I put on every single cream that I use, then I put that bitch on my lashes and brows. And I've been using that for like 2 months, maybe 1.5 months. Yeah, and it's made a difference to the point that I've told my friends that I can't wear mascara because of the already stated reason. And they say they can't even tell the difference because my lashes have gotten a lot longer. So I recommend, if you're in my situation, just take a complete break from mascara, try castor oil, vitamin E in your castor oil. Be very careful not to get it in your eyes because it stings like a motherfucker if it touches your actual eye. Yeah, so that's... The eyes are completed, and then I don't really do that much for the rest of the face. Like sorry, my camera went clap. Yeah, my camera, as if I'm not using my phone to film. Yeah, I don't really do much. I don't wear foundation or concealer because it makes my face feel cakey and uncomfortable, and I don't really like that. I rarely contour, more, especially now because of the mask. It's pretty much useless to me, especially since it's cold, you cover up your entire body, your hair gets pushed to the front like this, so nobody's gonna see the contour anyway, and I don't really care about it that much. But I do use highlighter. The light shade in this palette, you know? I use that. Oh, you can see my setup. A very professional setup, you see right here. Just a stack of books with the phone. And my mirror right under the phone. Anyway, I'm using that as a highlighter. It's very subtle, very natural, you know? I don't like using a lot because it also makes my it makes my face break out. My entire fucking face is sensitive. My nose, my lips, my eyes, my skin, my everything, basically. So I have to be careful about the products that I use. You can put a little bit of highlighter on the Cupid's bow if you have it. If you don't, just, you know, follow the top of the lip and highlight that area, because there is a point, you know, where the skin, the normal skin and the lips meet. There's a point where they're sticking upwards a little bit like this, you know, and that's where you want to highlight to make your lips appear, first off, bigger, you know, if you want that. And also because you have a light color here, it makes the natural color of your lips pop. You're not looking into wearing the lipstick. Yeah, that's about it. Took me way too many fucking tries to make this video. This ain't even the first time. Like, the first time I filmed vertically, I had poor fucking audio. Not saying that this audio is gonna be any better. My room was messy. I didn't know if I would talk or not, so it was just a mixture of my YouTube video playing in the background and my voice trying to talk over it. And also you would have been able to see the mess on that desk, but I decided to paint that shit to cover up the mess. Anyway, bye-bye.